Welcome to the ElderAbyss show. For talking videos, it's the place to go. Game tips, rants, tactics, and more. What you'll find here, you can never be sure.
Hi guys, I want to welcome everyone to the show. In this episode we're going to be strapping on our Battlefield Bad Company 2 boots. I'm also going to be introducing a new element of content to the roster of the show. It's called the Battle Series. What the Battle Series is focusing on will be gameplay in which the kill-death ratio or the end score points at the end of the game, or they're not the primary focus. These are going to be games that are focused more on those real online multiplayer battles that we encounter. Those types of games where once they get kicked off and a couple of minutes in, you're lost. You've lost all conception of time, space, everything's gone. And then when the game's over, you're just like, whoo! Now that was a battle. And those are the games right there, ladies and gentlemen, that the Battle Series is going to be focusing on. So what we've got here to kind of kick the series off is a nice little conquest game that the crew and I ran into the other night. That turned out to be a pretty good battle and was a substantial amount of fun and part aggravation with the tactics of the other team, especially in the second half of the match. And it turned out to be quite a long match, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get all this down into one video, so there will be a part 2 to this one. I didn't want to lay a lot of heavy editing on it, so you're going to see pretty much everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, every bit of it in its full glory. The only thing I'm trimming out just for the sake of time is the kill cams for the most part and the respawn countdowns. So kind of got those out of the way, but everything else is in there, so you'll be able to see everything that goes on as far as tactics and mistakes. They are aplenty. So I mean, everybody has them, and don't want people to think that everybody's game, every game is golden, because it's just not true. Not every life is lived to its fullest extent. That's for damn sure. So as we jump in here, as you can see, I've got running the old medic class, and how I play medic is a lot different than a lot of people that you encounter online. And that I don't run a Rambo with a little bit of medic. It's kind of the inverse. I run a medic with a little bit of Rambo. So I'm, for the most part, I hang back, try to support my team. But if you corner me, I'm ready to bring it on. At any given time with my LMG. I say that right as I get cornered, and we're going to see the LMG. See, that right there is the problem. I put the LMG down. If I only had more bullets. Saying that over an LMG, right? More bullets. But I want to point out something right here as we're coming up on this section of gameplay. I want you to watch as my squad exits. If you notice, I hung back, let them go, then I followed through. The reason in that, or the logic behind it, was that in case someone was out there ready to ambush us, that I would be able to fulfill my function and my job to clean up the threat and then pull my squad back from the brink. And that way, I mean, to me, that's the position and the function of the medic. So I don't try to run, right on the front line with my squad. I try to hang back and truly fulfill that support role. At the same time, I'm focusing on objectives and things, but you'll see if you watch a lot of this, especially with the deaths with the little revive symbols that come up on the mini-map. A lot of times I don't just, as soon as they pop up, you won't see me Rambo running right towards them. I really try to take into consideration the situation and any possible threats. And right here was I did not take into account the situation and any possible threats right there. That was a blind leap of faith and didn't work out too well. That right there is always a good sign of a good squad mate that's in it to win it with you. When you have an assault that will run over a med pack, pick it up, and revive you, you know, when he's switching kits just to get you off the floor, yeah, that's a good squad mate. That's a good sign of people that are willing to give you what they've got to win the game. And as far as me and the crew, that's typically what we're in it for. We're in it for the win. So as we look now, we've managed to go ahead and capture all 3 of the conquest capture points. So now it's just a matter of trying to hold them, really. The problem is we're outnumbered. We was outnumbered for this match. Generally like by 2, I think, or a little better, sometimes 1, you know, give or take. But with just the sheer numbers of the opposing forces, though, we wasn't able to push them back, you know, just to keep them into their base. Not that I'm one for spawn camping or spawn raping, as it's called, but we're all guilty of it at some time or another, right? I'm sure. So I'm not a fan of it. I don't enjoy playing that way, but it happens once in a while. But we can see here that the snipers from back in their base are doing the classical just drop mortar after mortar on A. And they've started pushing towards A. It's hard for us to just suppress their sheer numbers, but we are able to compete by applying tactics and communicating mostly. That's the key to this game, is really squad communication. It was just like that guy that was upstairs. You know, we kind of figured out where he was, and we played that by ear. I went after him, and I had backup coming soon after. So we can hear the motion sensor. I know they're around here somewhere. But these guys, like I said, there were just so many of them that, well, you can see how paranoid I am. I'm throwing grenades into a garage there that had 3 of my own team in it. So the paranoia was full on at this point. And you see, we still got a pretty good close, tight match here. We're only separated by, well, right now 10 tickets. We are pulling ahead just a little bit, even being outnumbered. I figured out there was some trouble back up here. The enemy team was kind of alternating. They would push up the street, and then they would push around the backside, which was a good tactic. It was keeping us moving and keeping us spread out. And as you'll see here in a minute, it kept us busy while they sent some flanks down the beach side towards C, which was actually a very good tactic employed by them. And I'm actually taking fire right here from those guys down towards C. It probably would have been a better move on his part just to go ahead and find him a nice place to post up there and capture C, instead of shooting at us, get kind of alerted us to his presence down there. At which point, of course, I'm on the mic. We're trying to pinpoint him out. And here we come. You better run. So he's shooting down the back alley. Thus, I'm using the buildings and now the street to come on up and approach on C. And about right in here, I realize, you know, whoa, man, easy, brother. I'm a medic. So I kind of hang back and wait for my assaults, for my squad to get here. And we do a sweep and clear on this building, because that's where he was posted up at. Like I said, not the best move in his party. They should have went ahead. He probably could have took C right out from under us, because most of the time, especially when you're involved playing this game out and defending a position, like we were under a pretty tight defense back there at A. Had they just walked up here and set on C, we probably wouldn't have noticed it until we got the "You've lost C" notification. For the most part, would have been a better move. Right here, I believe. Yep. Spotted up some more of their team trying to work that flank up the beach, which is about the best flank they've got once they're pushed back. Well, it is the best flank, in my opinion, they've got once they're pushed back. And I can see I just lost a squad mate down in the double constructions. He's on the mic calling out the guy's position. I'm trying to find an angle on him. And this little play right here in my book is exactly how I like to play medic. There's a guy down there. You see my squad severely hurt. I spot, lay some fire down, you know, calling out on the mic. So he's ready for that guy as soon as he comes around the corner. So not only was he ready for him, the guy was spotted, and he was already and I'd already done some damage on him. So here I come to save the day with the med pack, baby. Now my squad's posting up down on this beach side because they've been pushing that flank. That seems to be their go-to after they've done the push on A. They're wanting to push this flank up the beach side. So we're trying to lock that down. So you see we're getting deployed here, and I may make a terrible mistake with this guy right here. First of all, I didn't spot him. Second, the angle that I had a better vantage point, but I was out near the edge of the concrete, which left a lot of my body exposed. So I'm on the mic right there. You know, he got me, but I was on the mic and guiding my squad right in on his flank to exact my revenge for me. That's the next best feeling to doing it yourself, is talking one of your squad in there to do it for you. So we've managed to lock them back down, and we're pulling out since we're holding all 3 points, and that's what, you know, our capture points. That's what's really separating us on these spawn tickets. So we're pulling out to a substantial lead now, you know, give or take. That particular building, I don't like to lay down fire from that building, like that window that I was in, because you're just so vulnerable. And all it takes is 140 mic or a boost off and you're done. But I do like to kind of poke out there and assess the situation today. And sure enough, they were pushing up this back side, and I got here just in time to help them clean this up a little bit. Those rocks, man, those are a hot spot. You know, the building's still a hot spot here, the high side A building. But it seems those rocks have become more of a focal point than the building lately in gameplay. Okay, so we should all put on lightweight. We should all put on the. Damn, is it lightweight? I play so many different games with so many different perks. Has this ever happened to y'all? You forget the names of the specific items. Oh man! But at the running we're doing, we should have done it. Now here they've already posted back up on scene. They done it right this time. They swooped in there and they captured it before we really had before we really noticed what was going on. So when we was pushing up, they were already posted and dropping a few of us on the way up here. And the motion sensors, of course. So here we go. Squad out front, medic in the back. We're going to take it. Let's do it. And no. See, that's your vulnerability when you're running the medic in the back and bringing up the flank. You know, you're the one that's bringing everybody back up and throwing out health packs and doing the suppressing fire. But when you manage to get flanked, you know, other than somebody managing to spot him for you and you just happen to look at the mini map and see the guy, you're going to be hurting. It's going to sneak right up on you. So we're drawing pretty close to the end of this first segment here that I wanted to bring you. Like I said, we're going to bring the final part of this match into a second series. And we're pulling out a pretty substantial lead. Watch this flank coverage. No, sir. But tune in for the second half of this, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.
All ready been told. We're all just gamers.